Hello, everybody. It is a brand new day because the brand new day, the actual Nintendo Switch is here. And it's here to stay, ladies and gentlemen. It's here to stay. I literally just got it last night at like midnight, and let me tell y'all, I could barely go to sleep last night. But before I even dive into and start playing the Switch 2, which I cannot wait to do, I want to see how the Switch 2 compares to the original Switch. So join me and let's take a look at some similarities and differences. Okay, so first off the bat, we're starting with the two docks. The first Switch, it's smaller, it's simple, it's just very simple steps just to get it hooked up to the TV. It's box shaped, it's like boxed in, has all the stuff that you need to get it up to the TV. For the Switch 2 dock, however, it is strikingly bigger than the Switch dock. And I guess these are new, so I believe these are for the ventilation that can like help cool off the game that you're playing. And obviously the dock is round. And I believe that it's just meant to hold more, which is absolutely necessary. And there is a lot more going on inside of it as well. And compared to the Switch, yeah, there's a lot less there. It's just very simple. However, this has more to it. And that is very cool, I believe. Now, as for our next subject, the Switch 1 and Switch 2 charging grips. For the Switch's charging grip, there is a bit of a crease here that is meant to hold the Joy-Cons in place on the back. It's very simple just to hold the back for you. And it has the four dots that can determine how many players are in the game using this and what number player you are. Very simple. Switch 2, however, oh wow, this feels so nice. This feels very nice to hold. And you can see that this part is longer than that part. And that Switch 2's. And as you can see, there are no like little indents or creases to hold the console, to hold the controllers in place, because as you can see here, you can simply just snap it into place and it'll stick. It'll stick. As for the Switch, all you have to do is like switch it in. That was very new. And now for our next subject, the difference and similarities between the two Joy-Cons. Don't mind this part. I just took off the little part like this one. I had to take it off. This is a bit broken, but that's because I was grinding on Mario and Zelda so much. Yeah, that's my hard work right there. But yeah, as you can see, very simple, very small, delicate, intricate buttons. There goes the controller stick, there goes the home button, the plus button. The S, L, and SR buttons are a bit small. This little button, I guess, to activate the searching for the system to connect the controller to the game. And then there's the R button, the ZR button, and the little camera thing that I never used. Very sweet and simple. The Switch 2, however, you can see, is much bigger than the original Switch. They've added the new C button that can be used for game chat. And the red part, the part like this, This time it extends out of the controller. I believe it is used to allow it to snap into the place of the screen. And the SL and SR buttons are much bigger, which is very beneficial to multiplayer games. The control stick is definitely larger. They're a bit larger, and it has this red ring that goes around it. Same thing as for the left Joy-Con 2. Home screen, the buttons on here are definitely much bigger than this one, these ones. Absolutely. There goes the R button, the ZR button. Both, I believe, are still small. There is no camera thing for this one, which I'm not really worried about because I never used the camera for this one in the first place. But as for our next target, these two Joy-Con straps, they look very handy when you're going to use the mouse controls for any game that supports that. Here goes the cords, the chargers for the HDMI, the AC adapter, the base for the charger. This is different from the Switch 1's charger because it's more short and simple. It's, and the Switch 1's base charger, it extends up. So, but I think that was most of the just about all that I could compare. But as for the very last thing, the moment that we have all been waiting for, the Switch 1 and Switch 2 screens. Already you can tell how much bigger the Switch 2 screen is compared to this one. There is only one small USB-C port at the bottom. Very small ventilation systems, game card, and the headphone jack. Very small buttons for the power and the volume. The slots for the put in the Joy-Cons. The Switch 2 screen, however, it has two USB-C ports. So if you play in tabletop mode, then you can be able to charge the Switch without it interfering with the stand. Bigger ventilation systems, headphone jack, game card. This is the new slot to put in the new Joy-Con 2. And as for this new stand, it is more sturdy and it can extend farther compared to the OG Switch, which is simply a little stick on that one side. That was very there were a few tweaks with that one simple stand, and it can break easily. However, this one is much more sturdy, in which I appreciate. So if I ever want to play in tabletop mode, then I can always count on the stand to be sturdy and safe. And yes, I believe that is about all that I could compare and contrast between the Switch 1 and Switch 2. So in the next video, we're going to get started on the setup for the dock, the charging grip, the chargers, and of course, the Switch 2. So I will see you in the next video, and until the next time, peace.